ChatGPT. Relate ACM to the movie Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner through the lens of A Course in Miracles. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is a landmark film about love, prejudice, identity, fear, and the willingness to look beyond appearances. The story centers on a young couple whose interracial engagement challenges the beliefs and assumptions of both families. The film was notable for presenting interracial marriage in a positive light during a period when such marriages were still illegal in parts of the United States. Through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACIM, the movie becomes a profound exploration of one of the Course's central teachings. The body is not the truth of who we are. The judgment of appearances. Virtually every conflict in the film begins with appearances: race, age, culture, social expectations, family expectations. The ego always begins with form. It judges bodies, it categorizes bodies, it assigns value to bodies. ACIM teaches that every judgment based upon appearances strengthens the belief in separation. The film exposes how quickly the mind forms conclusions based upon what the eyes report. The illusion of differences. The young couple sees love. The parents initially see differences. This is the ego's perception. The ego focuses on what separates. ACIM focuses on what joins. The movie beautifully illustrates the tension between these two ways of seeing. What appears to be a story about race becomes a story about the mind's habit of defining itself through distinctions. Hidden beliefs. One of the most fascinating aspects of the film is that even characters who consider themselves progressive discover hidden fears and hidden judgments. ACM teaches that unconscious beliefs often remain hidden until circumstances bring them to the surface. The movie becomes a classroom for exposing these buried assumptions, not to condemn them, but to heal them. Love versus fear. The central conflict can be viewed as a choice between love and fear. Fear asks, what will people think? What problems might arise? What could go wrong? Love asks, is this true? Is this genuine? Can I see beyond appearances? ACM teaches that every decision ultimately reflects one of these two thought systems. Tash, the holy relationship. The young couple repeatedly demonstrates a willingness to value love over social approval. ACIM teaches that a holy relationship is not defined by form, it is defined by purpose. The purpose becomes healing, joining, forgiveness, seeing innocence. The movie points toward this deeper purpose beneath the relationship itself. Parents as mirrors. Both sets of parents are forced to examine their own beliefs. The situation becomes a mirror. ACM teaches that relationships reveal what remains unhealed within the mind. The discomfort experienced throughout the film is not caused by the couple. It arises from the beliefs being exposed. Beyond the body. One of the most ACM-like themes in the movie is the invitation to look beyond the body. The Course repeatedly teaches the body does not define the self. The ego insists that differences in form are meaningful. The Holy Spirit sees shared identity. The movie gently asks viewers, can you recognize the person before you judge the appearance? The Father's transformation. The Father's journey is essentially an ACM journey. He moves from judgment toward understanding, from fear toward acceptance, from appearances toward essence. The final shift is not merely about approving a marriage. It is about seeing differently. That is the definition of a miracle in ACM, a change in perception. The central reflection. The ego watches Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and asks, how are they different? What obstacles separate them? What will society think? The Holy Spirit watches Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and asks, can I see beyond the body? Viewed through ACIM, the movie becomes a powerful lesson in looking past appearances and recognizing the shared innocence beneath all forms. The deepest message may be, the ego builds a world out of differences. The Holy Spirit sees only opportunities for joining. When we stop defining ourselves and others by appearances, a deeper truth emerges. Love does not recognize the boundaries the ego invents. It simply recognizes itself everywhere. MWGE.org to find full movie and commentary by David Hoffmeister.